yoga flow today. I really appreciate having you, and I hope some of you will join me in this live stream practice for a seated yoga flow, and we might integrate some other poses in as well. So let's get started in a cross-legged seat. Rest your hands on your knees and sit up really tall through the crown of the head. So we're going to align the nose right over the navel and feel this broadness across the collarbones. Take some time to arrive in your body and arrive in your practice today. So we're rooting down through the tailbone and lifting up through the crown of the head. And as you close your eyes, start to notice the flow of your breath. Notice the natural flow of your breath in and out of your nose. And if your mind wanders away, gently guide the focus back to your breath, back to the moment, back to this practice today. Welcome if you're joining me live or taking a gentle flow. I hope you'll grab your mat and practice with me this evening. You might hear my kids chiming in at some point. So on your inhale, start to lean forward, spread your chest. And when you exhale, we're gonna lean back, pull the belly in, chin to chest. And we'll do these seated cat and cows to warm up and move the body with the breath. Inhale, lifting your heart, little back bend. Exhale, belly in, lean back. And inhale, spread through the chest, looking up. And exhale, pull the belly in and lean back. And we're gonna hold, dragging back, and then reach your arms up. Let's inhale, reach up through the fingertips. We're gonna exhale, cactus arm to the right and look over your right elbow. Pull your belly in. Then inhale, reach on up, look up, and exhale, cactus to the left. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, cactus to the right. And inhale, reach up, palms press. Exhale, cactus to the left. Then inhale as reach up, interlace your fingers, press your palms right up toward the sky. We're gonna sway a little bit side to side and find that opening through the rib cage. And on your inhale, lift up through the heels of the hands. And when you exhale, we're gonna lean back, squeeze your knees in, palms up, flex your feet, cross your other ankle on top, and then inhale, reach up through the fingertips. Let's exhale, cactus to the right, and then twist. Take your right fingertips behind you. Let's take our left hand actually on that left knee. We're gonna take this open belly twist and look over your right shoulder. Peel that left shoulder blade onto the back. Wrap your left rib towards your right rib. Let's inhale, and then when you exhale, take your left hand on your right knee, cross your right arm on top. Make this nice X shape. I'm just gonna get a deep, deep stretch into that area between the shoulder blades, and we'll lean back a little bit, pull your belly in. And then inhale, sweep your arms up. We're gonna exhale, cactus to the left. Take your left fingers, tips behind you. Take your right hand on your knee and turn, nice open belly, looking to the left. Finding that open twist. Welcome if you're joining me. I hope you'll grab your mat and practice a little bit tonight. So we're finding this spinal twist, really nice to twist every day. Keep your spine really mobile, especially as you age. And good, we're breathing, lifting up through the crown of the head. Inhale, and then exhale, we're gonna come back. Again, right hand is on the left knee, left arm's gonna cross over and pull your belly in and lean back. Exhale all the way out. And then on your inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. And on your exhale, squeeze your knees in, palms up, uncross, flex your feet. And then we're gonna slide the heels out straight. Now I wanna take the fingertips behind and lift up and roll forward. And start to spread your chest forward toward your feet. If you can grab your feet, go ahead. Open your elbows and spread your chest. It's Paschimottanasana. We can breathe as we move so that you're starting to link the movement with the breath. On your inhale, sweep on up, take a big open circle. And then exhale, reach for your toes, whatever amount's available. We're gonna inhale, sweep on up, open. Exhale, reach for your toes. Very easy to do. Inhale, sweep, reach, lift your heart. Exhale, reach for your toes. and fold. And we'll take a couple breaths there, letting your elbows drop down. It's a full back body stretch from the heels to the back of the head. Very nice. Now drop your tail. Let's sit up and we'll bring that right heel in toward the sitting bone. And we're going to take our hands on the sole of the right foot and lift the right heel. Plug the right knee in toward your underarm. And then take your right foot right and hinge it right into that crease of your left elbow. And then you're taking your left hand around onto the outer shin. We're going to wrap our hands around and give a hug if you can. And then rock a little bit there. Good. Might have some visitors coming down. So we're rocking here. And it's a version of pigeon pose. We can lean back a little bit. And then take your right hand to the outside of the foot. Bring that right knee into the underarm. And then extend your right heel out. Take the heels to a little bigger of a V. We're going to slide forward, reach for the toes. Find this wide-legged forward fold. So maybe for you, you're sitting more upright and you're lifting up through the crown of the head. And then maybe for others, you're able to move forward a little more and come into more of this wide-legged forward fold. Good. And now walk your hands towards your right foot. You're going to look over your right shoulder. You're going to hear my husband coming down the stairs on his crutches. And so we're going to pull our face toward that right foot and begin to fold your forehead toward your right shin. Got a visitor there. And then walk your hands towards your left foot and look at your left foot and then pull your chest towards your left foot. So just be where you're at. You don't have to force, and you can tune into the flow of the breath. Tune into the flow of the breath to help move you into the pose in a deeper way. And then we're going to come on up, reach your arms up on your inhale. On your exhale, lean back, squeeze your feet together, bring your heels in, and curl yourself into a little ball. And then cross either ankle on top, and we're going to roll forward into a tabletop position. Does this tighten my fanny? Oh, definitely. Definitely tightens your fanny. So fan the fingers wide, and on the inhale, let your belly drop, look up. And on your exhale, let's tuck the toes and send the hips toward the heels. Then we're going to stand up on the knees. On your inhale, sweep the arms out and up overhead. And then exhale, bring the hands down through heart center. Send the hips toward the heels. Walk your hands forward. Come back to child's pose. So we're going to move with the breath. On the inhale, spread through your chest. Exhale all the way down through chaturanga, a little modified version. Feet are flat for cobra pose on the inhale. And then exhale, tuck the toes. Press back to child's pose. So we're going to move through this flow. Inhale, stand up on the knees, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands through heart center, sit toward the heels. Slide your hands back to child's pose. Inhale, wave to modified plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, feet are flat, cobra pose. Exhale, back to child's pose, hips to heels. And then we're going to stand up on the knees. We're going to take a camel pose here. So we're going to take our hands onto the lower back. Pull your belly in. Hands on the lower back. Lift your chest, look up. Ustrasana variation. You may be able to reach down and graze your heels with your fingertips. Don't overdo. And then lift your heart. Lift your chest toward the sky. So we're going to inhale there. And then exhale. Sit down on your heels. And let's go ahead and tuck your toes underneath and peel your baby toes out. So as you're sitting on your heels, you're getting a nice stretch for the soles of your feet. Nice. And we'll just be there for a moment. Feeling the belly pull in toward the spine. And if you're just joining me, then I hope you'll grab your mat and practice today with me. Good. It's Thunderbolt pose. So you can take the full version of Thunderbolt pose, interlacing your fingers and pressing your palms right up toward the sky. Good. And lifting up through the heels of the hands. And feeling the sitting bones drop down toward your heels. Good sway a little bit there. Good. And then look up at your hands on your inhale. On your exhale, release into tabletop and tap your feet. Tap, tap, tap. Extend your right heel straight back. Flex your right foot. And we're gonna stay on the left hand and open and stack your right hip. Right fingertips are soft. Or you may be able to extend your right fingertips up and take this variation of half moon pose. And you can look at your left hand as you do that. So let's inhale there. And then exhale, take your right fingertips down and hoist that right foot forward. Point your right toes out to the right, and we're coming into lizard lunge. Good. Hi if you're just joining me. And we're gonna pause there. If you can, let's point your left toes toward the ceiling. That might be a fine place to stay. You may be able to come up onto your fingertips a little more. It may be possible to cartwheel your right arm up and overhead and reach for the outside edge of that left foot. And we're gonna keep rooting through the ball of that right foot. Good. It's a variation of monkey pose. And so we're gonna arch through the upper back, if you can. Inhale deep into your belly. Now when you exhale, you're gonna release that left foot without slingshotting the foot. Tuck your toes gently. Take your right hand on the inside of the right heel. Plant your palms, lift your left thigh, and then slide your right foot back, and we'll take a downward dog. So we're gonna find that downward dog. Feet or hip width distance. Lift your lower back toward the sky. Let's inhale together through the nose. Exhale, let it out. And we're gonna make our way into a plank pose. Come down into tabletop position. Now let's do the same sequence on the other side. So your right hand's gonna come a little forward of the shoulder. Extend your left heel straight back, nice and straight. We're gonna open and stack that left hip on top of the right. That's a fine place to stay. Or you may be able to extend your left fingertips up and look at the hand in the air. Nice, strong, straight left leg. Nice tone, lower belly. Good. You can always do a little smile too. A little fake smile. Sometimes it can become a real smile. So we're gonna inhale, and then we're gonna exhale, release the left fingertips down and take a big step forward with your left foot. The left toes are turned out toward the outside edge of your mat, and we're in that lizard lunge. So take the top of your right foot flat, and this could be a fine place to stay. If it's available, you're gonna point your right toes toward the sky. Right tented fingers. We're gonna cartwheel that left arm up and overhead and reach for the back of that right foot, the top of the foot, the shoelace part of the foot. And then you lean back and take a back bend. We'll inhale there, deep into the belly. Good. And then exhale, you wanna release gently without slingshotting that foot. Let your right foot drape back. Left hand on the inside of the heel. Then tuck your right toes, lift your right thigh, and step back to plank. So we're gonna find plank, palms under shoulders, nice and strong. So we're bringing a little heat into this gentle practice. Very good, and then bring your knees down. We're gonna walk the knees forward right between your thumbs. Then cross your ankles and sit behind your heels. Squeeze your knees in, uncross, reach for your toes. That's a great place to balance. Or you're gonna kick your heels straight up into your Navasana, your boat pose. Good, one more inhale, look up. Exhale, we're gonna cross either ankle on top and come on to sit. The ankles are crossed, the feet are flexed. Walk your fingertips forward and take a Sukhasana forward fold. So any amount of fold you're able to do. It's important to flex your feet so you feel this more in your outer butt and not in your hips. And as you fold, let me just see what we're saying here. Are we doing pigeon pose on my practice? Not today, but that's usually one I do. Unless you want to see pigeon, we could do pigeon. So here's one really good way to get into pigeon, an easy way to get into pigeon. We want to have that right heel aligned with the left sitting bone, right foot is flexed. Then you're going to slide that left leg around and extend the left leg straight back. That's one way to get into a nice pigeon pose. Really important in pigeon pose to have that right foot flexed, and that's going to protect your knee and then you'll feel it more in your right hip. So we don't want to feel that in our knee. And we want to let the left hip point be really soft. And you could stay upright on your fingertips, or you may be able to come down to your forearms and then rest your forehead on your thumbs. Take a few breaths there in pigeon pose. The two hip points are rolling down toward the ground. Good. And you can hang out there. So pigeon pose is a pose where we usually stay for 3 to 5 breaths so that you can find whatever amount of release. You may be hearing some little voices in the background of my kids running around. You can wag the tail, linger there. Thanks for joining me. You can join me in pigeon pose. And then walk your hands back up, come up to your fingertips, spread through your chest, look up toward the sky. We're gonna inhale. When you exhale, we're gonna shift to that outer right thigh and slide that left leg around. Left foot's on the ground. Take your left arm on the inside of the knee and then look over your right shoulder. We're gonna touch that left first finger and thumb together. That's Gyan Mudra. That's a gesture of focus and concentration. And we'll look over that right shoulder in that twist. One more inhale. Exhale, come on back to center. Let's do the other side. So you're gonna switch the cross of your ankles. So you have your left heel aligned with your right sitting bone, and then you let that left knee fall open toward the upper corner of your mat. And then you slide that right leg around and straight back, and then roll the right hip point down. Left foot's flexed, and you can always peek back and see that there's a nice line from your right baby toe to the outer knee to the hip. And then inhale, look up, and then exhale, make your way down into your pigeon. And one of the keys of pigeon pose is to rest your third eye center on something. So you're gonna rest it either on your hands or a block, or eventually at some point, you may be able to come down and rest your forehead toward the floor. Wherever you're at, a key here is to soften your jaw, to soften your eyes. So whatever you're doing, you might wanna drop everything and take a pigeon pose, a deep, deep hip opening posture. Kapotasana, pigeon pose. And then you tune into your breath as a tool to bring light and space into any tension on your inhale. And when you exhale, you disperse the tension out and away. And we're rooting down through the top of that right foot to come out of this. We're going to gather the belly and come up onto your fingertips and find a little back bend on your inhale. And exhale, shift to that outer left thigh. We're going to slide the right leg around. Right toes are pointing straight ahead. Right arm on the inside of the knee. We're going to turn and look over your left shoulder. Left rib. Sit up really tall. Inhale, exhale. Come on back. Let's take the soles of feet together, knees splay open. It's Baddha Konasana, a very basic yoga pose. And I invite you to join me and take this posture. Soles of feet together, knees splayed open. We're going to inhale, lift up the heart. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, lift up, look up. Exhale, fold. One more inhale to look up. And exhale, we're going to fold. And drop the tail, come on up, and slide the legs out straight. So thanks for joining me for this practice. We're gonna make our way down onto the back. So we're gonna find our way onto the back to take our final meditation. So if you're still practicing with me, let's go ahead and come onto the back. So we're gonna come onto the back and have your feet mat width distance apart. Let your knees knock in to touch. Then you can windshield wiper your knees from side to side, massage out your lower back and hips. And then bring your knees to touch. Let's cross the right arm on top of the left arm. Just give yourself a hug. Give yourself a hug. This is a very easy thing to do, even if you're seated. Giving yourself a hug and inviting compassion for exactly where you're at today. Finding compassion for this form. Thank yourself for showing up on your mat. Let the back ribs rest. And imagine a lot of light and space flowing through the joints. We're going to let the arms unfurl back out and then cross your other arm on top. Give a little hug. Good. Breathing there. Relaxing your jaw. Relaxing your eyes. Remembering your intention for practice or any insight that you want to take away. And let's think about what we're grateful for today. Let's think about anything you have to be grateful for. Let that uplift your spirit. And let's wish all beings everywhere peace. Take your time to roll to either side, and we're going to slowly make our way up. We're going to find our way up. So thank you for you. Thanks for joining me for this live stream. I'm trying to do a few live streams a week because I love to teach, and I also post videos about 3 times a week. So I hope that you'll subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining me. You can do Cobra Pose on a wood floor. Okay, I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a great night, everybody. You can let me know what you're grateful for in the comments if you want. We're just finishing up a yoga practice, so I'm about to wind down. But I want to say thank you for you, and I'll be back live soon, so take care. Keep going.